Good evening. Welcome to the Eagles Nest at Eau Claire Memorial High School. Zaleski Sports presents girls high school basketball in an interesting non-conference matchup tonight between the Marshfield Tigers of the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Tigers come to Eau Claire with a 4-5 overall record, but they are 3-0, I should say, tied for first in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. And the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes, who come in with an overall record of 9-1. Abes 4-0 to lead the Big Rivers Conference. They are ranked number 12 in the latest Zaleski Sports Division I girls basketball statewide poll. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined here at the Eagles Nest by former Memorial coach Dave Sparger. And Spargs, we saw the Abes last Friday night here at home against Hudson. Very entertaining game. The Old Abes depth was big that night as Memorial was able to defeat Hudson and take over first place in the BRC.
Yeah, we really got a chance to see their depth, especially on defense, with just that full court pressure and constant ball pressure. They just made life miserable for Hudson in the way they could just keep rotating in fresh bodies and keep that pressure all game.
It was a close game for a good part of the game, but Memorial started opening up that margin late second half. They maintained that through the remainder of the game. You talk about depth, Spargs. Memorial will not have its normal depth tonight because starting point guard Rhea Shaw unable to play tonight.
Yeah, she's dealing with just a little lower leg injury. I think, as we got a chance to watch the pregame warm-ups, if this was a conference game, I got a feeling she'd go ahead and gut that out and play. But it's non-conference, and it's just a time for her to maybe rest it and make sure she's ready to go for the next big conference matchup on Friday.
So without Shaw, you lose the ball handling, you lose the defensive pressure, 5.4 points per game, 2.2 steals per game. Good news for the Abes, though, they have that depth. So it just means, the other players in the rotation will probably get a little bit more time. It'll be interesting to see how Brandon Fanning, head coach, handles all that. On the flip side, Marshfield Tigers, we saw the Tigers early in the season over at the Doghouse, Eau Claire North, and Marshfield played really well on that night, but North was able to pull away late. The big challenge for the Tigers, they only have 10 players on the roster. So when you only go a couple, three deep off the bench, makes it difficult. But they've got some solid players in Zeta Kolbeck, Mackenzie Holm, and Heidi Klum. Now at the Eagles Nest, our national anthem.
We ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem.
Marshfield Tigers about to be introduced. They're wearing their orange uniforms with the black and white numerals, black and white trim. Talk about Zeta Kolbeck. Sparks, she's shooting 54.5% from the floor and averaging 16.4 points per game. A player that can hit outside shots. She can go to the hoop, and someone that the Old Abes will have to pay attention to.
Yeah, we were wondering, after last year's team, they lost their leading scorer, and so we were just kind of wondering who was going to step up and take that role when they played North, and Zeta Kolbeck did a great job over there at North. I think she had 19 points over there, so she is their main scorer, and so she'll be looking to continue that tonight.
Heidi Michaels, the head coach of the Marshfield Tigers, veteran coach in her second stint leading the Tigers program, brings a lot of experience to that Tigers bench. Herrick & Hart Law Office has been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairlaw.com. Old Abe's being introduced, the freshman Nora Kling, Marley Ferguson, a sophomore, Ashlyn Schroeder, a senior, Lydia Palmier is a junior, and Raina Welsh, 6-foot post player, averaging 16.8 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game. The thing I've noticed about Welsh this year, Sparks, is that she's just letting the game come to her. And by doing that, she'll get her points. The nice thing is she's got so many players around her. Anybody is really capable of going off on a given night. Yeah,
the Old Abe offense is really predicated on getting her the touches. They definitely want to get that ball inside, make sure Welsh gets her touches. And if she's got the move, she'll finish. If she doesn't, she'll kick out and let one of those guards finish.
Jumping center for the Old Abes, Ashlyn Schroeder. She'll go up against Emma Ridgway, the senior for the Tigers. The ball is tipped. It's into the backcourt, but Nora Kling gets it for the Abes. Kling going baseline. Little step-through move, no. Kling couldn't corral the rebound, and now the Tigers have it.
Yeah, nice little move inside by Kling, but she had to switch that to her left hand, and she probably could have finished that.
Up top with it, Haley Klum. On the wing, this is Kolbeck, guarded by Schroeder. Ridgway on the perimeter. Klum with it, looking for a cutter. Klum takes it to the hoop. Off the glass and good. Count it, plus the foul.
Good job by Klum right there. A little sweep and then take it hard to the hole. Draws the foul.
Yeah, she did just enough of a ball fake to get the defender leaning one way, and then she took it the other way and got the bucket. Klum, a junior, averaging just under 9 points per game. 3-0 Marshfield early on here from the Eagles Nest. Come on down if you're here on the south side of town or wherever you might be. Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the action. Glad to be bringing it to you on Zaleski Sports. On the drive, Ferguson. Welsh takes it up with the left hand, counted in the foul.
Wow, how did she maintain control in there? She had 4 Marshfield Tigers just wrapped around her, but she kept her patience, kept strong with the basketball, was able to finish.
Well, and again, Sparks, I think the sophomore, Raina Welsh, is probably trying to power that up right away, but she you said it, she used great patience. Found just enough of a seam there, got the bucket. Cora Graham in for Memorial. And the Abes picking up full court.
Yeah, if you've not had a chance to watch Memorial play yet this year, this is what they're going to do. They're going to go full court, they're going to press, they're going to look for those turnovers like that from Lydia Palmier, and they are going to sub a ton.
Palmier gives the Old Abes a 5-0 lead, a 5-0 run for the Abes. Here's Holm. Clears to Klum. Operating against Schroeder. Gets the pick. Now a switch. And a swing. Kylie Laufenberg. She wears number 15 for the Tigers. Holm on the drive. Laufenberg gives it up. Klum from outside. No. Schroeder pulls down the rebound for the Abes. She is fouled in the backcourt by Laufenberg.
Yeah, good job by Schroeder attacking that rebound that time. She was way out on the perimeter, and she just took the action to it, went and got it.
Ava Hoytom is in for Memorial. Hoytom, a 5'7" freshman. She averages just under 7 points per game. She did not play in that win here Friday against Hudson.
Yeah, but another very talented freshman on this roster. Good entry inside.
Welsh off the glass for 2 more.
Yeah, good look right there by Cora Graham looking inside. I got a feeling Raina Welsh is going to get a lot of good looks inside tonight.
Yeah, that's one area where Memorial has an advantage. Marshfield's got a couple taller players, but Welsh with the size. Now on the run out, Ashlyn Schroeder able to finish. And with that, timeout taken by the Marshfield Tigers. It's a 30. We'll keep it right here, and we'll tell you that Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office, and they take most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today. Sparks, we talked about that pressure defense by the Abes, and it's paying dividends early on.
Yeah, just right there. It was 30 seconds gone on the clock, and they put 6 points up on the board.
Laufenberg picks up the dribble, but she's fouled in the backcourt.
A little too much pressure right there from Cora Graham. Closed it out on her and took her down.
Yeah, well, if you're going to pick up your dribble, probably better to do it in the backcourt than when you cross the line into the front court and then you pick it up.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what the old A's will try to do, make you just cross and then trap you in that corner.
Marshfield down by 6. Klum will clear it up top to Colbeck. Hounded by Cora Graham.
Two freshmen on the floor here for the old Abes. As Kling came back in.
Colbeck couldn't quite clear herself for the shot. Old Abe bench and fans appreciating this defense. On the back cut, loose, held ball, possession arrow.
Should go to the Tigers here.
Yep, pointing away to the Tigers. Now we got a couple subs in for the old Abes. Meredith Adams, Ferguson, and Palmier, two of the starters back in for the Abes as well. Here's Ridgway, clears it over to Holm. Mackenzie Holm on the drive, picks up the dribble. Klum in the corner. Three-pointer on the way.
Oh, good box out there by Meredith Adams.
Missed by Colbeck.
There's the push.
And Graham unable to get the bucket, but she'll head to the line for a pair. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza, locally owned and operated. They've been a family tradition for more than 27 years. For the best hot sandwich in town, grab a grinder at Mancino's, conveniently located just off of Business Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire.
One thing the Tigers have got to be worried about now is when that shot goes up from one of their teammates, if they're out on the perimeter in that three-point arc, they cannot crash the board. They've got to start getting back because the old A's will just take it and run and beat them down the floor like they did there.
One thing Marshfield was able to do when they played up at Eau Claire North is that they were able to grab an early lead, and they just kind of kept that game close until right at the end, and there's a double dribble whistled against the Tigers.
Yeah, you're right, and it kind of kept North in that mode of like, geez, we got a battle tonight, and it's a close game. And right now, the old A's are trying to just really get that separation.
Some backcourt pressure by the Tigers. Palmier will track it down. Here's Nora Kling. Kling all the way to the hoop. Couldn't quite finish. Rebound to Ridgway.
Yes, that's unusual for her. She's a good finisher around the hoop. She had a real nice game on Friday against Hudson doing that.
I think that's something she will learn. When you're playing against fellow ninth graders, I'm sure it's, you're not going to get the resistance you do when you're playing against juniors and seniors. Palmier hands it off to Kling. Nora Kling in attack mode and finishing.
Yep. Give her a gap. She's going to take it. One of the things Coach Fanning talked about for this game was better offensive continuity. He didn't like all the standing around at Hudson in the one-on-one type of game, and right now he's got to be happy with what he's getting.
Offensive rebound, put back Emma Ridgway. Well, that stops a 13-0 Memorial run. Mackenzie Holm picks up the foul. Got 4 subs in at the table for Memorial and 2 for Marshfield.
Yeah, Mackenzie Holm, that's her second already of the night, so she'll probably have to come out and take some time off on the bench here.
Whether it is skiing, hockey, or basketball this winter, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back. For all your sports-related injuries, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online at shepkechiropractic.com.
Well, I assumed that Mackenzie Holm was one of those that was going to get subbed out, but she's staying in. So that's important for the Tigers to make sure she doesn't pick up her third here.
Yeah, again, there are 5 players over on the Marshfield bench, and that's it. Marshfield ball down by 8. Colbeck trying to get it inside, knocked away by the Abes. Here's Cayley. Over to Schroeder. Welsh, near side. Here's Ferguson. Ashlyn Schroeder for 3, and it's good.
Got it from the corner. Boy, she had been set there for a little bit. She was made sure her feet were ready, had that good shot, got it to go.
Schroeder comes in averaging just under 6 points per game. Oh, good move that time by Colbeck. Hoop just wouldn't have it.
Yeah, I thought Colbeck bought a foul right there myself.
Kling. Here's a three-pointer. Ferguson, that's off.
I think Ferguson might have been surprised she was that wide open.
All right, Katzenberger is in for Marshfield. Here's Millie Cayley. Up top, Welsh will try a three-pointer, and that's
pretty
good.
Wow, there's your 6-footer sitting on top of the arc, knocking down a 3.
Old Abe's up by 14. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching girls high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Culligan Water specializes in all your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Eau Claire Memorial on a 19-2 run. Marshfield trying to hang in there. Nice baseline pass, shot no good that time, but then a putback by Klum, and that won't drop. Welsh will clear to Schroeder. Palmier, lob inside, Welsh off the glass for 2.
Look at the patience right there, folks. On the block, she had to gather herself, make sure her feet were good. Just a couple shuffle over and knocks it down. They're going to have to give some help inside on her.
Tough shot by Katzenberger. Won't go down, but she'll head to the line. Foul goes on Ava Hoytom.
Yeah, Raina Walsh already up to 10 points so far. The Tigers are going to have to find a way to get some help inside on her.
You know, Welsh was an impact player. She's been that way for a couple of years, but just every year she just seems to get better and better and just adds a little something. They're kind of subtle adjustments and improvements, but they're definitely there.
Absolutely, and that's why she's playing at the next level. You know, you just talked about how she was trailing the fast break that time last couple times down the floor, and she knocked down that 3.
1-2 that trip. Scramble on that rebound. It's loose, and Marshfield will get another crack at it. Here's Colbeck. Now to Klum. Open look from the perimeter. Won't drop, but an offensive rebound. Klum, and she'll go to the line. Well, If you're Marshfield, you like that set right there because they were scrapping, they were getting after it, and just giving themselves more opportunities.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to really crash that offensive board, look for those second and third chances. So you're right, more of those hustle plays that give you that opportunity.
Back in from Memorial is Nora Kling. Klum at the line. Second one short. Abe's with the ball up 14. Cora Graham on the drive. Out to Palmier. Hoytom, a little hop step in there, and they're going to get the freshman on the travel.
Yeah, good help that time inside there. That was Kylie Laufenberg that kind of got a hand in there and made her travel with it.
Near steal by the Abes. Marshfield's going to have to get it across here. And they do with Laufenberg. Kolbeck gives it up near side. Devin Lemoyne wearing number 10 into the game for the Tigers. Kolbeck, tough shot in the lane. Gets that one to drop. Marshfield has whittled away at this lead. Hoytom couldn't quite get it to Meredith Adams.
She had the right idea, just not a good-looking pass.
Then the loose ball scooped up by Nora Kling, who misses the layup. Kind of got her steps crossed up there. Then the Abes get it back, and then a foul in the backcourt goes on Devin Lemoyne.
Yeah, Lemoyne, that's just a hustle foul there. That's unfortunate.
Marley Ferguson back in for Memorial. Raina Welsh back in as well. Approaching the midway point of this first half. Memorial up double digits. Graham swings it in the corner to Kling. Welsh back to Kling. Nora Kling to the hoop. We'll get the foul on the drive.
Yeah, I think it's before the shot, so let it go underneath. But again, Kling on the nice drive.
Fleet Farm's layaway program is here to help make this year's holiday shopping easier than ever. Get the biggest and best gifts secured before they are gone and enjoy convenient payment and storage options. Learn more about Fleet Farm's layaway program. Visit any store or head to fleetfarm.com. Graham, tough shot. Ooh. Well defended that time by the Tigers.
Yeah, Coach Fanning wants a little body there. She tried to clear her way through there. Good job of the Tigers going straight up.
Now Marshfield can cut this down to 10 with the bucket, or if they're able to hit a 3. And, of course, I put the announcer jinx on them, and they turn it over.
I was just going to say, as you say that, yeah, there's the turnover.
But I think if you're on that Marshfield bench, and if you're Heidi Michaels, you know what the score is, but you've kind of weathered the storm. And if you can just kind of get this into single digits by the half, well, it's a whole different dynamic in the locker room over the break than if you're down double digits.
Oh, absolutely.
Or if this grows to 20.
Yeah, right. You're right. The last 9 minutes are crucial for the Tigers just to kind of hang around.
Foul as Kling takes it to the hoop again.
And Kling will be at the free throw line, I do believe. Yep, shooting the bonus here already.
Boy, Kling has just got that really good first step. You know, she can kind of glide down the floor, and then she takes that step, and she's around most defenders. Second one coming for Kling. Nora Kling up to 4 points. Lydia Palmier back in for the Abes.
That's going to be a 10 now. Wow, okay.
Just got it over. Yep.
Good look.
Oh, and a nice finish.
Yeah, got her.
Kylie Laufenberg.
Crossed the half-court line, kept her head up, saw the two down underneath the bucket. A great feed.
And a good job that time by the Tigers, even knowing that they were getting close on that 10-second count. Not to rush things, just get it across and then deliver the pass and a nice finish. It's a 12-point margin. Abe's with the ball in the lead. Schroeder gives it off to Kling. That won't drop. Would have been a heck of a shot if she'd got that in. Didn't quite have the right spin on that one.
Yeah, everything Friday night like that was going in. Unfortunately, tonight it's just not.
Near steal by the Abes, collected by Klum. Now up top is Kolbeck. Kolbeck, only 2 points so far. Comes in averaging around 16.5. Nice move down low.
Oh, nice drop step, absolutely.
Kylie Laufenberg, and with that, the Tigers trail by 10.
Laufenberg up to 6 points.
Abe's led by as much as 16 earlier this half. Knocked out of bounds. The Abes will keep it. Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They've got a pulse on the local real estate market, and they can assist you with both existing homes and new builds, and they can help you through each step of the process. Making the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That's what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. And that's what you get when you get the ball to Raina Welch.
Yeah, if you need a bucket right now for the old Abes, you just got to work to get it inside.
Raina Welch up to 12 points. And 12 points is the margin with 7 minutes remaining in the half. Good baseline look. But Laufenberg unable to connect on that three. Good luck that time by Ridgway on the baseline drive. Paul Muir will pop from the outside. Back rim, no. Graham with the rebound. Cora Graham in traffic. Welsh has it. Raina Welsh trying to power up for two, but she'll head to the line. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Mackenzie Holm and Emma Ridgway back in for Marshfield. Katzenberger in as well.
You know, I just go back to that Lydia Palmier shot that was just in and out. That's one person that Coach Fanning is looking to get back on track against scoring. You know, she missed about the first 6-7 games of the season with a real bad hamstring injury, so she's back and just kind of get back in the full swing. He's really looking for her to try to pick up that offense.
Yeah, and even with missing that time, Sparks, she's contributing 8 points per game. Good look down low and a finish, Ella Aller. But back to Paul Muir, shooting just under 39% from behind the arc. Well, you're right. When you miss time, especially at the beginning of a season, it just kind of takes you a while to get back in the flow, to get back into basketball shape. Good look inside look. And a finish.
Fling to Adams. Yeah, good look.
Abe's up by 14. They're going to get the foul there on Nora Kling. That'll be the first foul on Kling.
Yeah, that's one right there where Kling's just got to give that up. The ball handler's veering into her, trying to draw the contact so she can't reach. So as soon as she does, she's going to get that foul.
Aller up top, guarded by Hoytom. Holm on the drive. Mackenzie Holm off the glass. Boy, since that big run that put the Old Abes up 21-5, these two teams have kind of traded baskets. And the Abes turn it over. Five and a half to go. First half. Tigers ball down by 12. Holm on the drive. Katzenberger now. Guarded by Palmier, picks up the dribble.
Great defense.
Taken away by the Abes. Here comes Klang, and she's bumped. On her way to the basket. They're going to get Zeta Kolbeck on that foul.
Yeah, not a bad foul right there, considering she's going to get that layup.
HS Fence specializes in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. They have been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the past 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfencewi.com. Norkling now up to 5 points. Welsh coming back in for the Abes. Laufenberg back in for the Tigers. A 2-2 for Nora Kling. Abes come in averaging 59.2 points per game, and they are on their way to that average, 30 points. Check that, 31. With 5 minutes remaining in the half. And then a steal in the backcourt. Graham trying to get it to Kaylee, and she does. Palmier, handoff, Graham.
Nice.
Right back to Raina Welsh. Wouldn't get the roll.
Wow, that was a pretty pick and roll off the top there, though.
Holm on the drive. Here's Katzenberger. Holm looking for a pick up top. Near side, here's Katzenberger again. Tigers ball down by 14. Biggest lead of this first half was 16 for the Abes. Katzenberg
just stepped out of bounds before she could get rid of it there.
You know, I like that hesitation move, and she was able to get around the defender, but just got a little bit too wide. Couldn't keep her feet in bounds.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good hesitation. She was going to go baseline, and she was going to dish it out to that far corner for a 3 look, but like you said, just a little too deep.
Entry pass knocked away by Kolbeck.
Yeah, that was
defense there by the Tigers.
Yeah, that was one of those few forced ones right there that was not there.
Open look from the perimeter. Won't go down for Laufenberg. Scramble for the loose ball. Graham battling for it for the Abes. Held ball. Possession arrow pointing the way of Memorial.
Well, you talked about before, Bob, about what time, when does this lead have to be at halftime? And right now we're sitting at 14. This is 3 minutes left. These are a crucial 3 minutes here for the Tigers. Old Abes could all of a sudden get on one of their patented little runs and it could be up 20. If the Tigers can hang in there, just keep this a 10, 12-point game, they'll be all right for the second half.
I think Marshfield's done a couple things well. I think they've turned up the defense a little bit. Memorial going inside to Welsh, and they're going to get the held ball. Possession arrow point in the way of the Tigers. Well, that time no announcer jinx.
Yeah.
But I think it's two facets. They're defending better, and they're also getting back better. They're not giving up the layups.
You're right. That's exactly the key right there. They're not giving up those layups anymore. They're making Memorial run their half-court set, and then the Tigers can play a little better defense that way.
Here's Kolbeck. Now on the near side, Mackenzie Holm for 3, and ring it up for Mackenzie Holm.
Old Abes caught scrambling there. That time couldn't find out who they had. Holm makes it pay for it.
11-point lead for Memorial. On the drive, Ferguson, count it, and the foul.
Good response by Ferguson there, taking it hard to the paint, drawing the contact and finishing.
You know, those sets that Memorial runs, it's just constant motion. They're always kind of, looking for that drive to the basket, but they'll kind of run that little weave, and then eventually somebody will get the ball and have just that little bit of an advantage. And when you've got so many good ball handlers on the squad, just about anybody is capable of taking it to the hoop or dishing it to one of the post players.
Well, yeah, you're right. The key is that weave up top there. If anybody's going to keep switching, which most teams will do, they'll switch on all those little ball screen weave action. And once they feel that they've got that corner to beat you, they're going to take that and go. And then they're looking into Welsh, or they're looking to finish at the hoop.
Abe's back up by 14. Here's Katzenberger, or correction, Aller. Picks up her dribble, able to get it to Kolbeck. Kolbeck clears herself for the shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Laufenberg, and a reset. Kolbeck for three, that rims out. Welsh, the rebound. Palmier. Welsh will try another three, that one a little long. Rebound to the Tigers and Laufenberg. 2 minutes to go, first half. Haller will clear it out to Kolbeck. Kolbeck guarded by Kling. It's a good matchup there. Here's Aller. Now Katzenberger. Tigers very patient here on offense. Kolbeck with it. Knocked away by the Abes. Ahead to Nora Kling. Kling on the drive, unable to finish, and then the foul committed by Nora Kling.
Tough night so far for Nora Kling. She has just had a ton of looks at that layup, that tough drive, and she's getting the contact but just not able to finish through it. And like you talked about, Bob, it's a little different when you've got juniors and seniors going up, driving the contact, rather than the old, ninth grader or sophomore going up with you. She's just not able to finish tonight through that.
Hoytom and Adams back in for the old Abes as we're just over a minute left. Ooh, near steal Palmier. Here's Aller. Schroeder comes out on her. We find a cutting Katzenberger.
Good help by Adams that time. A good switch down low.
Lemoyne now. Finds the cutter. Aller unable to finish, but she'll head to the line to shoot a pair. To cover your church, call the Dahlman Insurance Agency for a coverage analysis. Dahlman Insurance covers churches in Wisconsin with Hastings Insurance Company. Online at dahlmaninsurance.com. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service.
That foul was on Ashlyn's shoulder for the old Abes, just her first.
Oh, a two that trip. Lead is 14. Abes with the basketball and that double digits lead. Lydia Palmier on the drive. To Schroeder. Ooh. Had the right idea, did Schroeder, but she lost the handle and off the knee and out of bounds. So the Tigers will get it. Just over 30 seconds remaining in the half. Nora Kling back in for the Abes. She'll get Hoytom.
We'll see what the Tigers want to do here. Maybe they want to just kind of slow this down and get the last shot.
Yeah, they unable to get it under 10, but they're at a point where, okay, if you get a good look here, at least it's manageable. Spin move, Kolbeck up and under, wouldn't drop. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. Now Raina Welsh comes in for Memorial. So 2.8 seconds. Marshfield will drop back. Now they'll pick up in the backcourt.
Yeah, see how quickly she can push it up. Whoop. Yeah, once you got that bad pass back to a good job by Welsh, just maintaining control.
So 34-20 is your score. Old Abe's on top of the Tigers. We are at the half here at the Eagles Nest. Dave Sparger and I will take a break. When we come back, we'll recap the first half. You are watching non-conference girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your
more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
We are back at the Eagles Nest. Halftime here, and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes lead the Marshfield Tigers 34-20. Bob Bradovich, Dave Sparger with you. And Spargs, Old Abes, fairly efficient first half. One of those halves, though, that despite the 14-point lead, I'm guessing head coach Brandon Fanning has a list of things he wants his team to do better in the second half.
I would say the number one thing is just finish at the hoop. You know, those guards are doing a nice job getting that penetration, but they're getting bumped a little bit, and they're just not being strong enough to finish. So he's going to talk to them about, listen, you get in there, you've got to get strong, you've got to finish, get that thing off the glass, and let's get this score little run here, and they'll be just fine.
Leading scorers in the first half for Memorial, Raina Welsh has 14, Nora Kling 6, Ashlyn Schroeder 5. To your point, Sparks, Nora Kling, she finishes a few more of those layups. She's got 12 points herself.
Yeah, and honestly, the lead would be probably 20 at half, and it's not like her. Right? We saw against Hudson, she drove, she drew body, and she was able to finish. Tonight's just one of those nights in the first half, anyways, where she's drawn that contact, but just kind of not able to finish. So we'll see how. And again, just a freshman, so we'll see how she adjusts at halftime, comes out through the second half.
For the Tigers, led in scoring by Haley Klum. She's got 6. Mackenzie Holmes chipped in with 5. Zeta Kolbeck, leading scorer for the Tigers, coming in at 16.4 points per game, held to 2. And again, we talked about it. She's going to be a focal point of that Memorial defense. But for the Tigers, what do they have to do to get Kolbeck going? Yeah,
I'm really surprised that Kolbeck doesn't get some more looks or better looks because, again, Rhea Shaw, who's probably one of the best on-ball defenders anywhere, she's out tonight, trying to rest a bad leg right now. And, right, Zeta Kolbeck's just got to find her way to keep moving and look for that shot. She's a good three-point shooter, so she's got to look to come off those screens and really be ready to shoot.
And you figure that will be something that head coach Heidi Michaels, the veteran head coach for the Tigers, will look to maybe run a few sets or something, like just get Kolbeck going. Kolbeck, to her credit, isn't forcing anything. She's being a facilitator. She's doing other things that a senior point guard, senior leader does. But I think for, if you're wearing the orange and black tonight, you would like to see your leading scorer get going. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. We'll step aside for a minute. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action. You're watching girls high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Brownfine Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Getting set for second half action here at the Eagles Nest. Eau Claire Memorial leading Marshfield 34-20. And it'll be Old Abe's basketball. Start the second. Starters out there for Memorial. Ashlyn Schroeder to throw it in. Gets it to Lydia Palmier, who'll bring it across for Memorial. Schroeder on the wing, now in the corner. Ferguson trying to go inside to Welsh. Ball kind of pinballs around down there. It was inadvertently kicked by one of the Tigers, so Memorial maintains possession.
Yeah, I kept waiting for that whistle to go with that kicked ball, and finally did.
Bounce pass eludes Kling and Welsh and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Schroeder tried to anticipate Kling getting there, but Kling hadn't got there yet, and it got by her.
Eaves will have some backcourt pressure here as Marshfield will have its first possession of the second half. Here's Mackenzie Holm, guarded by Lydia Palmier. Tigers get it across. Kolbeck guarded by Schroeder. So you got the 5'4 Kolbeck and the 5'10 Schroeder. Kolbeck goes up top. Here's Klum. Kolbeck on the drive, blocked, but foul. Check that was Mackenzie Holm on the drive.
Yeah, blocked by Welsh, but they're going to get Schroeder on the reach-in. They're going to say she was going up with it, too.
Second foul on Schroeder. First this half on the Apes. I would imagine, Sparks, we're going to see a lot more of Holm, Kolbeck, and even some of the other Marshfield players trying to attack more and go to the hoop, because if you get fouled, well, here's your chance to cut into that lead with the clock stop. So you'd think Marshfield would do anything it could to just kind of extend this game and kind of drag it out a little bit and just start chipping away a little bit here and there.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Just chip away. You don't have to get 13 points back here in one play. So you just kind of take your time, run your offense, but again, be a little more aggressive going to the hole.
Kolbeck, nice move on Schroeder. Help comes. Kolbeck puts up the shot. It falls short. Well defended that time by the Abes. Here's Schroeder. Bounce pass. Nora Kling blocked from behind. Kling gets it back to Schroeder off the glass and count the bucket.
Good job by Kling getting it back to her and Schroeder finishing.
Boy, some good interior passing there by the Abes. Cora Graham will check in. Nora Kling will check out. Ashlyn Schroeder up to 7 points. Won't get the roll. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds. They say last touched by the Tigers. So the Abes will get another possession. Schroeder to throw it in. Welsh, step through, and the bucket.
Yeah, the Tigers have got to sink and give her some help when she's down on the block like that. They've got to have that guard in the perimeter just go try to dig that out. You've got to make somebody else shoot it.
Kolbeck all the way to the hoop, no, and then Klum the offensive rebound, and Klum is fouled.
Yeah, real nice job, Haley Klum going hard to the glass, drawing a foul.
Yeah, like we said, Sparks, you go to the hoop, maybe you get a bucket, maybe you get fouled, maybe you get some of the Abes in foul trouble, and again, it's a chance to just cut into that lead. Kolbeck putting that one in. Zeta Kolbeck.
That's one of her better looks tonight. Yeah, she got turned that corner and pulled up before she got to traffic.
Abe's with the ball up 15. They go inside to Welsh. In traffic. Off the glass. No. Kolbeck the rebound. On the wing, it's Klum. In traffic, they clear to Holm. Kolbeck, or check that. Klum. Unable to connect on that three-pointer. Good look that time, Ferguson. Hoop wouldn't have it. Tigers will get it back. Kolbeck. Kolbeck in traffic puts up the shot. She'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Second one on Welsh now. And back-to-back possessions.
That's the third team foul on the Abes. Another part of this strategy for the Tigers. If you get into a bonus situation, with plenty of time on the clock, there again, that's to your advantage. Zeta Kolbeck now up to 5 points. Three of them coming here in the second half.
Yeah, and already Kolbeck's had a much more aggressive time in the second half on that offensive end, looking for her shot and realizing she's got to score for them to get back in this.
Oh, and a steal. Here comes Zeta Kolbeck. Layup, good. And with that, Brandon Fanning wants a timeout. Tigers within 12. We're back in 60 seconds. You're watching girls high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Old Abe's basketball up 12 here with just over 15 minutes to go, second half. Lydia Palmier to bring it across for the Abes. Got caught up in traffic and taken away by Kolbeck. Here's Lemoyne. Kolbeck, nice bounce pass down low, shot up, no good. Good look by Laufenberg. Abe's contested that one. Nora Kling in traffic, no. Cora Graham, no.
Boy, there we go again, though. Just not able to finish. Obviously, Klings was a force. She probably should have just stopped and popped. But Graham, again, on a nice job on the rebound right there on the backside, just could not finish. Old Abe's continue just to struggle getting those little cheapies on the backside of the hoop.
Sparks, and your point is really well taken there, because sometimes players, you get sped up and you want to take it to the hoop, and sometimes you just drive yourself right into traffic. That time, Raina Welsh found the advantage and drove it straight to the hoop and finished with the left hand. But you're right with Kling. It's like if you pull up, you get about an 8-foot jumper. That's a high percentage shot, and I think any coach would take that one.
And that's the next development for her, right? Just a freshman, can absolutely drive the ball to the hoop as good as anybody, but what are you going to do when they take that away? Got to be able to pull up and hit that lane jumper.
Knocked around, loose ball, held ball, a possession arrow point in the way of Tigers. And Sparks, you've coached enough at various sports, basketball, baseball, football, and that's part of the growth process that a player does, that you start reading the game better the longer you play it. Oh, open look. Colbeck came up short.
Yeah, the old trick, throw it off the back of the person defending you. Colbeck tried to pull a fast one there for a cheap bucket, just didn't get it to go.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw that in football where sometimes you got a running back that you know is going to be a good one at some point, but, you know, the play's going one way and boom, they're going to run into the back of 3 offensive linemen when there's a hole on the other side if you just make that one cut.
And there's another turnover for the Old Abe's. Tigers doing a nice job this half of making the Old Abe's turn the ball over.
Up top, Mackenzie Holm lets it fly, no good. Rebound tracked down by Nora Kling. Kling, the kick out. Hoytom, it's no good.
Well, that's not the look they wanted. They had a 4-on-1, 4-on-2 type of break right there.
And they're going to get the offensive foul. Colbeck.
Yeah, they're going to say Colbeck pushed off on the off arm.
Ferguson, Adams, Cayley, all in for the Old Abe's.
That's a big call. That's Zeta Colbeck's 4th foul.
So Colbeck will stay in the game. Abe's with the ball, up by 14. Schroeder will try a three-pointer. That's off. Knocked around. Cayley gets it. Clears it out. Another reset for the Abes. Adams in traffic on the baseline.
Jump ball will stay with the Old Abes, though.
Here's Mackenzie Holm coming in. She'll get Zeta Colbeck, so Colbeck will have to sit with those 4 fouls. Schroeder to throw it in. Kling on the drive. Nora Kling, the strong finish.
She's glad to see one go for her. Now let's see what she goes here. She might get on a run.
And among the things I liked about that one, Sparks, it's going to be an over and back violation, but she not only, made that decisive move down the baseline, but she went out with 2 hands.
Yeah, strong, right, stronger. Just go up with 2, use that glass.
16-point lead now for Memorial. Yeah, another held ball. I'll say this about the Tigers. They're a scrappy bunch.
Yeah, and that time right there, we talked about it in the first half. They've got to sink and give help inside on her. And that time they had three Tigers that dropped down and tied it up.
This was a team that was getting some votes early on. 4 and 5 playing a really difficult non-conference schedule. Steele, Millie, Cayley.
Old Abe showed a zone that time.
Up to Kling, who can't finish.
See
but this Tigers team, Sparks, 3-0 in the Wisconsin Valley. And if you can start your conference schedule with 3 wins, well, it puts yourself in a pretty good position.
Yeah. Kling almost with the steal from behind. Yeah, the Old Abe's coming out in that 2-3 zone right there, but extending it, trying to trap on top. So a little different look here. They haven't shown much of this.
We'll get a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. Be back in a minute. You're watching girls high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Security Financial Bank, SFB. Whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com. Member FDIC. Tigers basketball down by 16. They trailed by 14 at the break, and they get back within 14 right there. Haley Klum with the bucket. Good set on that out-of-bounds play by the Tigers. Open look up top. Mackenzie Holm knocks it down.
Back to an 11-point game on back-to-back hoops for the Tigers.
They're on an 8-4 run. Ashlyn Schroeder to the hoop. Rims out. Again, if you're just joining us, leading scorer coming into this game, Zeta Kolbeck, sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. Teammates, though, picking her up. Here's Holm trying another three-pointer. That one rims out. Ball knocked around. Big scramble for it. We'll get the held ball again. This time the arrow pointing the way of the Old A's.
Good job by Kaylee right there. The Old A's getting on the floor. She had a couple of those now here in the second half, getting that loose ball.
Decision time for Heidi Michaels. I think if she can keep it kind of at this margin, maybe Kolbeck sits for a few more minutes before she comes in with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, you're right. It really kind of depends what that lead is. If you can stick around that 10, you might be able to get down to about 6 minutes. But if they start to stretch at 16, 18, you may have to come earlier.
Kaylee up top to Welsh. Here's Paul Meir. Nora Kling on the drive. Unable to finish. Tigers running that secondary break. Holm will try a high arching three-pointer, and that was just short.
Old Abe's on the push. They'll have numbers. And they turn it over again. Boy, it's just been one of these halves for the Old Abes. It's missed layup or a turnover. Tigers hanging around.
Emma Ridgway, one of the starters, back in for the Tigers. Holm to bring it across. Open look in the perimeter. Katzenberger passes on the 3. Holm will try a 3. That's no good. Kling to Schroeder. Now Paul Meir. She'll pop from distance. That's short. Trying to follow her shot, but Laufenberg got there first. Knocked away by Schroeder. Knocked away a second time by Schroeder and then fouled in the backcourt. Haley Klum picks up the foul. Age will sub in Marley Ferguson and Cora Graham. I was just going to say, someone's got to go get the ball there.
Yeah, and that's the key right there. You can't just go and then stop. You've got to come all the way until you get it. Just pin that defender on your back. You could be standing about 2 feet away from the inbound. You just get that defender pinned on your back.
Now Marshfield with the bucket can get this margin within 10. Kenzie Holm.
Got a good look.
And won't get the roll. Paul Meir the rebound. Tried to get it ahead to Graham, but deflected. And then Graham commits the foul.
Yeah.
Well, Tigers basketball. Tigers do have a couple of timeouts remaining. And you would think that Heidi Michaels will try to go as long as she can, but all these stoppages, I think, are to the advantage of Marshfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the less depth.
Yeah, and they get fresh legs. Now, Marshfield has used all 10 players tonight. I mean, they've subbed in. They've been willing to use some kids, but you're right, come the second half, they're going to shorten that bench. And now, like you said, if they can get more break in the action and delays, those starters just get a little more time to rest the legs.
And a reach-in foul on Ashlyn Schroeder. Still plenty of time remaining in this one. 9 minutes, 19 seconds. Laufenberg to throw it in. Oh, wanted to go high post, but that pass went awry, and they're going to get Meredith Adams on the travel.
Yeah, once she picked it up on a knee, which is fine, but you just can't stand up. So she just needed to stay on that knee and get rid of it.
Sparks, I was just going to pose the question, when do you think Zeta Kolbeck comes back in? And Heidi Michaels answered that question for us.
Yeah, this is a little sooner than I expected, to be honest. But again, very smart player. She'll know she has to be careful.
Well, again, I think if you're Marshfield, you're looking at this margin. It's like, okay, you're down 11. There's a little over 9 minutes to go. Here's our chance. This is our chance to make this run and start, putting some doubt in the old Abe's minds. Memorial's led the Marshfield that got the first bucket and one and went up 3-0. And after that, Memorial tied it and has led ever since. That time the Tigers commit the foul and Abe's will get it back.
Tough foul there on Mackenzie Holm. Had the drive, got the shot off, and they got her on the way coming down. That's her fourth. So again, the top two guards for the Tigers, Holm and Kolbeck, both with 4 fouls here with just under 9 to play. Old Abe's have got to realize that and look to attack those two players.
Schroeder on the perimeter. Ashlyn Schroeder on the drive, takes it up with the left hand. No, knocked out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Lauren Katzenberger of the Tigers. Again, give Marshfield credit. They are making the Abes work.
Yeah, they've created the Abes to turn the ball over.
Nora Clay.
There's that
the
pull-up. There's that pull-up right there. She saw the help come, pulls up and kisses it off the glass.
That bucket puts the Abes up by 13. Klum gives it up to Katzenberger. Up top, Ridgway. Now Kolbeck. Klum gives it back to Kolbeck. Kolbeck
She's
free
got
on the perimeter, and that one rims out. That time Schroeder got hung up in the wash, but she gets the loose ball, gets it ahead to Nora Clay. Bounce pass and the finish. Marley Ferguson.
Freshman to the sophomore for the finish. That was a pretty fast break right there.
Abe's now on a 4-0 run to go up 15.
You're kind of seeing the flashes that Nora Klink can bring to the floor here. She comes down, makes that tough one, and then dishes off on the breakaway.
Haley Klum connects on the 3, and that's a big bucket for the Tigers. Get it back within 12.
Yeah, Haley Klum has kept the Tigers in this one tonight. She's up to 11 points. She had some big hoops.
Schroeder with it. Kling on the drive, and they get Kling on the travel.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Palmier and Graham in for Memorial. 7 minutes remaining. Tigers ball down by 12.
Seems like every time we look up, Bob, it's like a 12-point lead. Old Aves can't seem to stretch it beyond 15, and Tigers can't seem to get it under 10.
Here's Laufenberg, gives it up to Kolbeck. Now Palmier on her. Kolbeck looking for that step through, knocked away, loose ball.
Good help by
Picked up
Ferguson.
by Welsh. Palmier to Graham. Lydia Palmier for 3, it's short.
Oh, that could have been the dagger right there. That could have been a huge. Old Aves with just 1 3-pointer tonight, and that came from Wayna Welsh, their post player.
Devin Lemoyne in for Marshfield. Ashlyn Schroeder back in for the Abes, and I would imagine Schroeder will look to pick up Kolbeck. We shall see. Nope, it's going to be Palmier picking up Kolbeck. Holm open, no, battered around. Tipped by Palmier into the hands of Ashlyn Schroeder.
See if the Old Ames can get this ball swung around and get it into Welsh again. Every time they've really needed a hoop, that's the one to go to.
Graham in the corner. Knocked away, stolen by the Tigers.
Katzenberger on the steal.
Here's Holm. Klum. Haley Klum all the way to the basket.
Oh, had a good look, just couldn't finish.
And Schroeder called for palming the basketball, so the turnover is starting to mount for the Old Aves. With that, Millie Cayley will come in.
Yeah, that might be an understatement right there, Brattle. This is probably the most turnovers I've seen out of the Old Aves all season. They had 31 points at half, didn't they?
34.
34, so they've only put up 12 points the second half.
This is a team, again, this Memorial team averages 59 points per game. 59.2 to be exact coming into this one. But you got to give some credit to the Tigers. Just the way they played defensively. They have just scrapped and they have kept this one from getting out of hand. Here's a look from the perimeter. Ridgway, no. Graham the rebound. Looking for that post up with Welsh.
Yeah, get this to Graham. Look to see if they get it in.
And they get the walk. Memorial just seems a little out of sync offensively, Sparks.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It looks like every time they try to do something, Tigers take it away, and so then they try to do a counter, and either it's a throw it away or it's a travel. And again, give Tigers credit for their half-court defense.
12-point lead for the Aves. We're under 5 minutes to go here, second half.
And the key for the Tigers is they've really taken Raina Welsh out of the second half. She's only got 4 points the second half. She had 14 the first.
Up top, Klum wanted to go inside to Laufenberg. That pass goes awry and out of bounds. Brandon Fanning with some instructions for this Abe's offensive set here.
Yeah, he definitely wants a preset motion here. Again,
knocked
good defense.
Away. Good hands by Holm.
Good defense by the Tigers again, creating a turnover.
Sparks, that's like 3 offensive possessions for the Old Aves that end with a turnover. And with that, Heidi Michaels is going to take a timeout to talk about it with her Tigers. So 30-second timeout. We're back in 30 as well. You're watching girls high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
We are back at the Eagles Nest. Eau Claire Memorial leading Marshfield 46-34. Well, this second half has been relatively even. It was 34-20 at the break. So 12 points for the Old Aves, 14 points for the Tigers. Marshfield out of the timeout. Here's Zeta Kolbeck up top. Get it back to Kolbeck. A little hesitation move. Kolbeck in traffic. Tries to put it up. She'll head to the line.
Yeah, Coach Fanning wants a little more explanation on that call.
Foul goes on Kaylee, and that is the 6th team foul for the Old Abe. So the next Memorial foul will put the Tigers in the bonus. 4 minutes remaining, and this one is far from over. 1 or 2 that trip for Kolbeck.
Yeah, the Old Abe need to get a good set and a good look here now. whether that's inside to Welsh or if it's Kling going to the hole.
Lydia Palmier on the drive, puts up the shot, it won't drop.
And that was a good offensive set. Great drive by Palmier. She just left a little short.
Again, the Tigers with the bucket can get this thing into single digits. Here's Ferguson checking in for the Old A's. So the 5 starters are out there for Memorial. Again, this is a Memorial team playing without Rhea Shaw. Shaw, one of those players that just gets that fast break going for the Old A's.
Yeah, she's obviously missed tonight with the way she can go on ball defense and the way she runs and sprints the floor and can cause a lot of trouble.
Good look that time by Klum. Tigers trying to save it. They are unable to do so. Abe's had a couple of transition buckets in that first half early on, but just haven't had a whole lot ever since. Nora Kling on the drive. Won't get the bucket, but she'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Good drive right there. Saw the parting of the sea. Took it hard to the hole, drew the foul.
Devin Lemoyne picks up the foul, and that is also 6 team fouls now on the Tigers. So both teams in the bonus rest of the way.
Well, there again, we talked about a good set. Now the Old A's had back-to-back good sets. Palmier, I just missed that little runner she had, and this time you come down to Kling with the nice drive and gets the 2 free throws.
Nora Kling up to 12 points.
And that was, I don't know why that wasn't a travel, but.
Little step through by Colbeck, batted around, Welsh the rebound. Quickly ahead to Kling. Nora Kling trying to go through
gets
traffic.
The block. Yeah. Again, aggressive going to the hole. Gets the block on that one.
I mean, that's one of those tough things. If you're a coach, you like the aggressive play from your freshman. On the same token, you're driving into traffic.
Yeah, it was 1-on-3. You're right. That is such a fine line of, do you want to take that aggressiveness away from the freshman? But yet you want your freshman to learn there's a time and a place for that attack. And that probably was not the right time, 1-on-3, but she was able to draw the foul.
Emma Ridgway back in for the Tigers. Second free throw coming for Nora Kling.
Doing a good job knocking down her free throws here late, though. Stretches that to 15 all of a sudden.
4 straight free throws for Memorial. The lead is up to 15. Here's Laufenberg. Kicks it. Ridgway, that won't drop. Battle for the loose ball, out of bounds. Well played there by Palmier to knock the ball off of Haley Klum. Cora Graham now checking in for Memorial.
Much better job of getting that in, and then they throw it away.
Colbeck the steal, and she's fouled. So the clock will stop with 2:24 left.
Yeah, Graham did a nice job coming from the weak side to get that inbounds pass, and then just turned and threw it away. So that'll bring Ferguson back in for Graham.
First free throw from Colbeck is good. This one to get her into double figures. Rebound Nora Kling. Abe's with the ball up by 14. Palmier out to Kling. Keeps the dribble alive, now Schroeder. Abe's can afford to be patient.
Yeah, Coach Fanny's calling it out there. Really wants him to spread the floor and look for some place to attack. And it's a call over and back, but it was touched. Coach Fanny wants help here. He's like, she did touch it. And they're going to say they're going to stick with that call, though. Yeah, it was touched when it went back there, but they just didn't see it. So the Tigers with the ball down 14.
Yeah, the other official was down on the baseline and didn't have a good look at it either. So Tigers, and a good tie-up that time by Schroeder. And the held ball possession arrow pointing the way.
That's not what the scoreboard
the
has.
Arrow has it on the. Well,
I get. Oh, what? No, now they're going back there. Okay, so the scoreboard was wrong. The down on the floor had it
so
correct.
they'll flip it as soon as they get the inbounds, which they do. Welsh the rebound.
Yeah, good defense right there by Lydia Palmier. Up 14 now. The Old A's will just look to use up that time.
Yeah, just play a little keep away, and then Ashlyn Schroeder is fouled by Mackenzie Holm, and
that'll be her fifth, however.
It for Holm. So she played a solid game. She'll wind up her night with 9 points. Lauren Katzenberger back in for Marshfield. Ashlyn Schroeder looking for her 8th point. Yeah, a traveling violation will give it back to the Old A's.
Yeah, Ridgway got the rebound, was going to outlet it, but the person she was outletting would turn their back to her. So she took the extra step. Unfortunate mistake there. Yeah, if you're the Tigers, you got to look to foul.
They foul Kling.
Because you're still in the bonus. So, again, if they miss that first one, you got a chance for that rebound to go down and cut into this.
Laufenberg now with 3 fouls, and that's the 9th team foul on the Tigers. Nora Kling now up to 15 points.
Yeah, you want to help your scoring average? How about making free throws? It's exactly what Kling has done tonight. She struggled from the floor to finish. Boy, she has knocked down her free throws.
(52-36). Colbeck cut off on the baseline, trying to drive on Schroeder. She stepped out of bounds. Nope, they're going to get the foul.
He's going to call the foul on Schroeder, which I did not see that one. She just went baseline and was looking to pass it out, and then all of a sudden the whistle blew for the foul.
So that'll put Zeta Colbeck on the line. Looking for her 10th point, and she's got it.
Yeah, she's had a real nice second half. We talked about how quiet she was the first half. She knew she had to come out here and get after it the second half to put some points on the board to keep them in it.
And battled foul trouble for much of this second half, but to her credit has kept up the intensity. Kling to Welsh. And they get foul on the baseline. And
Ferguson on the pass. She got laid out. But she'll get to shoot 2 now.
Foul goes on Haley Klum. That's the 10th team foul on the Tigers, so double bonus time for the rest of the game for Memorial. Sparks, I could put the announcer jinx on right now. That is the 7th consecutive made free throw for the Old A's by my unofficial tally.
Yeah, well, you're here to hear first. Here it comes.
Yep.
And then Tigers lose it out of bounds. Frustrating way to finish up here for the Tigers because they were in this. They were a lot.
Yeah, they really did.
11, and with the ball, had a chance to cut it into single digits.
Yeah, they got it as close as 46-35, and that's when the parade to the free throw line started for the Abes. But give this Marshfield team credit, and they're going to be a team that figures to contend in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. And you realize, Sparks, we're still really in the first full week of January.
Yeah, they're sitting 3-0 there, and obviously with Stevens Point being the other heavy favorite over there, they've got a chance.
Free throw good for Lydia Palmier. Some good free throw shooting by the Abes here down the stretch. Under a minute to go. Colbeck, nice look inside. Blocked by Kling, but foul. Ella Aller will head to the line. Ella Aller, the 5'10 senior, averaging right around 2.5 points per game. Meredith Adams, the rebound. She gets fouled. We'll head the other way. More free throw practice.
Yeah, tough for the Tigers. You can't make them when you're trying to catch up. And the Old A's have been able to finish them themselves.
You want an update on my unofficial stats, Sparks?
Let's hear them.
Abes, 9 of their last 10 from the line. They have not had a field goal since they had 46 points.
Yeah, the Tigers obviously late. We're trying to get into that foul, trying to make the Old Abes miss at the line and see if they could catch up. But to the Old Abes' credit, they have finished strong at the line. Yeah, the only one they've missed is the one you jinxed.
Yeah, exactly. But notice I didn't say anything right there.
I'll bring it up.
I kind of set it up at the tough drive that time.
Good travel on it.
You're going to get the traveling violation, but I like the idea by Zeta Colbeck, though. You know, playing with 4 fouls, but still in attack mode. Kling to bring it across.
They're going to double her in the corner if she stays there. Good job of dribbling out of that. Now the Old A's will just spread it to run the clock out.
And Kling throws it away. Colbeck on the steals. Ada Colbeck. Knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. Tigers will keep it with 17.4 ticks remaining. Again, Colbeck throws it off an Abe's defender.
She tried to, but she missed.
She missed.
Then she ran out there, picked it up, and knew she was guilty and just had a little grin on her face, hoping they wouldn't see that.
Did you ever try that in a game, Sparks?
I did not, but you know what? We've seen the Tigers twice now, and they have done that several times where they try to throw it off a defender even when they're trapped or on an out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, it's a good heads-up play. So the time will tick away here in the Eau Claire Memorial. Old Abes will pick up their 10th win of the season with just 1 loss. Your final score, Memorial 57, Marshfield 38. Spargs, a grinder at times tonight, but the Old Abes played well at times. You could tell they missed Rhea Shaw. It was just one player, and they still go deep off the bench, but it just seemed like it took something away from Memorial tonight.
Boy, that's a good call. You thought coming into it that maybe it wasn't that big a deal. They go so deep on their bench, all these kids play. But you're right. You could just see how everything was just out of sync, and it wasn't real good on the offensive set. They just didn't finish. And you're right, Rhea Shaw just brings so much to the table, offensively on the break, defensively with steals. I mean, she almost averages 3 steals a game. I mean, it's just – I think you hit it right on the head. Why were the Old Abes just a little off tonight? And I think the key is Rhea Shaw did not go tonight, and it just made it a little more difficult offensively for the Old Abes.
And when you look ahead for Memorial, the fact they've got to go up to Rice Lake on Friday. And you know Rice Lake is not an easy place to play. Those townspeople will turn out in big numbers. Rice Lake is right there, one of those teams that figures to contend for the title. And, with Adeline Shepley, leading scorer of the Big Rivers Conference, they are going to be a tough team to deal with. So plenty for the Old Abes to go through in these next couple days of practice. And Coach Fanning and the staff will, they'll say enjoy this win, but here's the long list of things we got to work on.
Long list after this one is probably right, but you're right. Go through the film, correct things, make sure you got Rhea Shaw healthy going up there. You're right, because the key is, can you control Shepler? Can you keep her manageable and not let her go off on 20-25 on you? And that way you can get up there and get a big W over Rice Lake, because they are a fine ball club.
So 57-38 is the final. Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team. When you have any sports-related injury or issue, you can count on proper diagnosis and a customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and Western Wisconsin. That is coming up next on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
The biggest name in streaming and the place. Download the Zaleski favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
All right, welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Eau Claire Memorial picking up the win tonight over Marshfield. The Abes improving to 10-1 in the process. Raina Welsh, you led the way with 18 points. A lot of those points coming in the first half. What was working well for you guys?
I mean, I don't know. It was just kind of matchups. They adjusted more to me in the second half. Overall, it was a little rough game for us. Kind of struggled moving the ball, but we were able to pull it through. So we'll learn from that.
Ashlyn Schroeder, you had 7 points, but you had a number of rebounds. You also played some really good defense on Zeta Kolbeck. Obviously, she's a focal point of your scouting report. She was averaging like 16.2 points per game coming in. But what did you do against her to kind of try to slow her down?
I think it was just all the trust in the defense behind me. Like, I could do my job because I knew the people behind me would pick me up. So I think that was really a big part of it.
The good news from your perspective, you guys get the win. You win by double digits, but I'm guessing Coach Fanning's going to have that long laundry list of here's what we got to do better, especially with that big game coming up Friday up in Rice Lake.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's so much to learn from this, and even our game on Friday, we had a lot to learn from that too. So I think these next couple days we really have to lock in, pick up our intensity, and just move on from it. So yeah.
And without Rhea Shaw tonight, but you guys still prevailed. The depth of this team. This has got to be so much fun knowing that, hey, any one of a number of players could lead you guys in scoring on a given night.
Yeah, I think that's the strength of this team is we have anyone who can do any position, and it's really fun.
All right, you guys are in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House, so remember how this worked. You just did this the other day, so you should know. So I'm going to hand this to you. Dominic will give you the thumbs up, and you can take it from there.
I'm Puma Welch.
And I'm Ashlyn Schroeder.
And we're in the house.
Thank you, guys. Oh, look at that. You can get some applause from the fans. All right, so that's going to do it from the Eagles Nest. We will be back on Zaleski Sports Thursday night, Hobbs Ice Arena for the Crosstown Showdown. Eau Claire North, Eau Claire Memorial. Mike Schwengler will join me on color commentator. For my color commentator tonight, Dave Sparger. For Don Millay, our video